您好，我是沈凌，欢迎收看这一期的《天下纵横谈》。According to U.S. e-commerce, that has reached actually $871 billion in 2021. E-commerce has actually gotten very, very crowded and super competitive. So how can you get into the niche? Many people are really eager to drive into this e-commerce market, however, really have no idea where to begin. How did they get started? Today, we have an e-commerce expert. His name is Chen Liang. He's here with us, and he will be sharing all his expertise with all the newcomers that would like to join e-commerce. Hi, Liang. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing
I'm good.
super well. As far as I know, you are currently working for DG Commercial in Shanghai, right? Can you let us know a little bit about your current position and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm currently working at DG Commercial, and my role is general manager. And we actually are retail companies that managing our shoes brand, and then we sell our shoes to China mainland, Hong Kong, and Southeast Asia. Our business was started quite early at about 1994. And the company was doing business in a very traditional way. For example, we opened a lot of shop in department store, shopping center, and something like that. And I joined the company at around 2014. And my job is to transform the company's business model from a traditional offline model to an online and offline combined model.
Wow. So you actually did a lot. Basically, you turned the company 180. So I think I must have found the perfect person to ask all the questions regarding e-commerce. And actually have done a little research about you. So when you joined DG, the e-commerce sales performance was like 0. And now it has reached like 30 million renminbi per year with the growth of 120% annually. How did you make that happen?
Well, that is not easy. So when I just joined companies, there was no e-commerce function in the company at all. So everything needs to be built up from scratch. So I think to be a success in e-commerce, there are many things we need to work on very hard. So first thing, we need a very good team and some key positions such as a visual designer who gives you a new nice picture, nice website of your product, and operational specialist and who works on the back end, and data analyst who can provide us the data and let us make the right decision. And the most important thing, because the e-commerce is a very new industry and it changes every day. So you need to have a good mechanism that to make sure the whole team is self-driven and self-learning. And the second thing, I think we built up a very good IT system at the back end of our business. The big difference between the traditional offline business and the online business is the e-commerce model can provide us very accurate and very detailed data to improve our sales performance. And so, for example, we can know which product is the most popular one in our shop and from how many times customer actually clicks on the image of that product. So we need a system to capture this data and help us to optimize the product list. This is just actually a very typical scenario of how IT system can help e-commerce business. So there are other things like inventory management, customer feedback management, etc. There's actually a lot of things we can utilize our system to improve our sales. And the last thing, I think it is very important. So we optimize our supply chain model, make sure it is flexible enough. In traditional retail business, everything is planned ahead. However, in e-commerce, business are unpredictable because your competitor and your customer are changing every day. So to meet these challenges, our product iteration needs to be more frequent, and our inventory reaction needs to be as quick as possible. And this is why we restructured our supply chain and make sure it is flexible and reliable enough to meet our business requirements.
Technology is really changing every day. And the good thing is you are actually using the technology side to the traditional market and make everything a lot more efficient. In order for you to have what you have done for DG Limited, there must be some really, really relevant experiences and background, right? Exceptional. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Actually, I live in Ireland for 8 years. A nice country. Yeah. So I did my master course there in Trinity College, which is the top one university in Ireland. So my major is computer science. So actually I'm an IT guy. And after I graduate, I joined IBM, which is a great company. And I spent 2 years in IBM Ireland. And my role was a software engineer. And my job is dealing with large data and complex algorithm system. This technical background helped me understand how the system works at backend, such as e-commerce platform. So at 2008, I decided to come back to my hometown, Shanghai. So I reallocate to IBM China. At that time, IBM just acquired a company called Sterling, which provides e-commerce solutions. However, by that time, the e-commerce industry in China was just starting. A lot of companies want to do business in e-commerce, but they don't really know how to do with that. So I was working as a senior consultant to help this company and provide solution to them.
So even though at the time that you came back to Shanghai, your hometown, e-commerce was not as popular, but nowadays, after it has grown, it became extremely competitive. I know for the time that you were working for IBM, you actually got some very significant awards, right? There's one called the USA Patent Award. Tell us a little bit about your awards.
Right, the patent actually have a very long name. It's called Method and System for Recording Interaction for Distributed Users, which was published at 2007. The story is I found some issue during my daily work in IBM. So the log system of many large systems is very complex. So when we have an error, it is very difficult to diagnose. So I developed a program to optimize the log system and make it easier for developers to fix the error. And so I use this program as a prototype to apply for a US patent. And yeah, finally it succeed. And this patent also become a great reference to many large platforms. And yeah, so such as the e-commerce platform with vast data.
You're not just an IT guy, you're actually a developer. No wonder so many magazines and TV stations want to interview you and ask for your tips. Of course, since you moved back to Shanghai, so you've been very active in China medias as well. You've been interviewed so many times by like Sina, EasyNet, Business Insider, Time magazines, all asking for your insider tips. So tell us, which interview was the most memorable or remarkable one for you?
And I'm so honored to share my tips. And what I remember the most it was the interview with Daily Tech Knowledge Net. Yeah, actually we had a very good discussion regarding the Tmall 11 online festival. So that actually is the biggest sales day. Every year, 11 breaks the online sales record. So for every business owner and the e-commerce person, it is like a final exam because you need to make a record for your sales number in one day. And to reach that number, you might need 2 to 3 months prepare. And actually, I have my 11 experience since 2012, so nearly 10 years. And during the interview, I share a lot of my understanding of 11 and how to prepare for this big sales day. It was very good discussion, yeah.
You know what, Leon, I have to admit to you, ever since your 2012 experience, 11 has transformed US market as well. Now, if you walk on the street and ask people about what's 11, they know it's another like a Black Friday, very, very big sales day. So e-commerce is really spreading globally. You're currently working in China, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I bet you must pay very, very close attention to US e-commerce market as well. So what is the current trend? And is there any suggestion for the newcomers who would like to dive into this new commerce world?
Yeah, this is great. This is a good question. And I think the e-commerce industry is changing every year. And the new technologies such as AI, AR, and big data extract will definitely change the way how customers shopping online. So the first augmented reality, the AR technology, has been a complete game changer for e-commerce. With this type of technology, shopper can truly see the items they are shopping for, which helps them make a buying decision. And the second, AI and machine learning. This technology makes it possible for the customer to have an automated, personalized shopping experience. And AI actually continues collecting data on how a customer shops when they purchase and what they are looking for in a product. And it is a good technology that really can be replicated in store. And finally, I think the video is very important. The video will replace photo in the e-commerce world. Video proved to be a great way to engage customers. Create a video for your product in a great way is a great way to instantly grab and engage a customer and inform them about your product. So anyway, I would suggest newcomers to keep close eye on these new technologies.
I see. So for Liang's suggestion is please pay close attention to the changing market because the market is changing every day. Especially pay more close attention to AR, AI, and video production because after all, human beings are just visual animals. We still take close looks into anything we like or even closer look to something that we don't like. Thank you very much, Liang, for your suggestions and tips. Hopefully, for the next quarter or next year, we'll have you again to share more tips with us. Bye, Liang.